he's sharp. You know, he's just a tank. You know, featherweight, he's a tank, hard man to move, and keeps a solid pace. And yeah, he's the GOAT in my opinion. Yeah.
It's good to see you here.
Ian Machado, Garry shook things up when he claimed Jack Della Maddalena could actually beat Islam Makhachev. The fight is set for November 15th at Madison Square Garden, one of the most legendary arenas in combat sports. Islam Makhachev, the lightweight king, is moving up in weight to challenge one of the most precise strikers in the welterweight division, Jack Della Maddalena. Meanwhile, Garry has his own war just a week later in Qatar against Belal Muhammad, a fight that could determine the next title challenger. So for Garry, this isn't just casual interest, it's personal.
On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly.
When talking to Ariel Hilwani, Garry broke down exactly how he sees the fight. He said Islam's world-class grappling is the ultimate test. The real question isn't if Jack can land, but whether he can keep it standing for 5 full rounds. Islam's been built in that wrestling-heavy system since childhood, and once he gets hold of someone, it's usually over. Garry's comments lit a spark across the MMA world. Could Jack truly defend long enough to outstrike one of the sport's most dominant champions?
My mindset, I think Islam can finish him on the ground. We saw it with DDP. If you never felt one of those Dagestani style wrestlers, you don't want it to be your first time in the cage feeling it. And Islam and them, they have a different feel. They have a different type of grappling. So for JDM, even in our fight, he makes mistakes on the ground.
Well, Islam, credit to him for stepping up to the plate and coming up to welterweight. He definitely got my respect for being able to move up a weight class and fight Jack Della. Like, it's something that even the greatest lightweight of all time, Khabib, who never managed to chase that accomplishment in being a 2-division champ.
Umar Nurmagomedov, Islam's longtime teammate, gave fans a peek behind the curtain, describing a champion who's more dangerous than ever. According to Umar, Islam has grown into the new weight class perfectly, carrying more power without losing an ounce of precision. He said Makhachev isn't coming into UFC 322 with just one plan. He's bringing a full arsenal of strategies. That combination of strength, adaptability, and discipline makes him a nightmare for anyone across the cage.
The fight for me really is when Islam grabs a hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world class at that and has been for probably his entire life because of the way he trains and where he has come from. So can Jack stop that consistently like he did against Belal? Because he did a phenomenal job against Belal at stopping that. But can he do that against someone who's just cleaner, more technical? On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly. So I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop the takedown consistently over 5 rounds?
Yoel Romero, on the other hand, couldn't stop praising Jack Della Maddalena's evolution. He admired Jack's ability to stay calm and calculated even when chaos breaks out. Romero said what makes Jack special is how he never lets emotions control him. He stays sharp, composed, and always dangerous. Fighters who rely on mistakes struggle with Jack because he simply doesn't make many.
He don't have just one plan for fight, and he have plan A, B, C, and like all alphabet, D, E, A, everything, like if something not he couldn't do, he gonna try other one not good, he have next plan, and he's amazing fighter, and he's amazing friend, brother, and I think he will take this belt. I think he deserves.
When I talked to him right after he vacated the lightweight title, he said he was having a bit of a hard time like adding on the muscle and keeping it on. He said it wasn't making him feel good, but he looks very good now. Do you think he's like very built well for welterweight?
Yes, he become a bigger, now he have more power, more than ever, and I think he's ready.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson looked at things differently. While he respects Jack's striking, he thinks this jump might be happening too fast. Going from top contenders straight into a fight with a dominant force like Makhachev is a massive leap. Wonderboy isn't questioning Jack's talent, he's questioning the timing. With names like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Garry waiting nearby, he wonders if this might be too much, too soon.
Yoel Romero gives his honest take. Yoel Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Maddalena, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling?
Philip Rowe wasn't buying into the Islam hype. He pointed out that Makhachev still looks like a natural lightweight, and that could spell trouble at 170 pounds. Rowe believes Jack's faster hands, sharper accuracy, and knockout power could cause real problems early. If Jack can keep it standing, he says Islam could be in trouble before the championship rounds even begin.
Yeah, who do you think wins that fight between Islam and Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, first off, I gotta say, if I was Shavkat Rakhmonov or Ian Garry or somebody that is right there who's really worked hard to get there, I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah. Because, you know, this guy, JDM, just got the title, and then he's giving somebody else a shot at what I've earned the right to have, you know, which is the title shot. Like, give JDM a shot at, you know, give him one or two more guys. If he beats them, then give him somebody outside the division. But I would be kind of pissed. I would be kind of upset that they're giving this guy immediately somebody from 155 division. Now, I think it's a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev. Bigger guy, somebody who won the title from somebody with a similar style in Belal Muhammad. Mm-hmm. I do believe Islam Makhachev striking is a lot better than Belal Muhammad's, but their pressure, their cardio, their wrestling background, fairly similar. Obviously, I think one would be better than the other, but he's faced somebody a lot exactly like him. So I think it would be a tough fight for Islam for sure.
Robert Whittaker, Australia's former champion, didn't hesitate to back his countryman. Having fought in multiple divisions himself, Whittaker understands the subtle impact of weight and size. He believes Jack thrives in chaos but stays intelligent through it. A rare mix. Whittaker doesn't think Jack will completely shut down Islam's wrestling, but if he makes the champ respect his striking, an upset could be very real.
Philip Rowe, what's cracking, man?
Chilling.
Hey, now listen, you're welterweight. You've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in the fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots.
Right.
I think personally he'll stop Islam.
Gilbert Burns gave a more balanced breakdown. He thinks moving up might actually help Islam. No brutal weight cut, more energy, and better focus. But Burns also pointed out Jack's secret weapon, world-class grappler Craig Jones in his corner. With that kind of preparation, Jack's defensive ground game might surprise everyone. Burns called it a chess match at the highest level, where both men have legitimate ways to win.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as like gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Steve Erceg, another Australian star, praised Jack's previous performance against Belal Muhammad, calling it one of the best by an Aussie ever. What stood out to him was Jack's composure under relentless pressure. Erceg even compared Jack's striking moments to Dustin Poirier's success against Islam, but with heavier hands and quicker timing. He thinks that combo could finally expose weaknesses no one's seen in Makhachev yet.
Islam's working very hard. He's being vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proving himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much in that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Max Holloway analyzed it from a mental angle. He said this fight isn't just about power or wrestling, it's about fight IQ. Holloway sees Jack as a fighter who can adapt on the fly, make real-time adjustments, and flip momentum mid-fight. Islam, meanwhile, is a master of discipline and sticking to a plan. Holloway expects a battle of minds just as much as muscles, a chess match disguised as a war.
Yes, I mean, I've known for a very long time that Jack is an amazing fighter. He's really good. And he shocked me on how good he was. Like, he handled the grappling exchanges so well. And it's the best striking performance I've seen from him. Like, he just, like, the big moment, like, he rose to the occasion. It was, like, fantastic to see. And I really do think, I do think that the grappling from Islam, like, he's a better technical grappler than Bilal is, but he's not quite as big. He's not as imposing. And yeah, if you looked at the Dustin Poirier fight, Poirier was able to stop some of his takedown and win some scrambles and stuff like that. I feel like not only will Jack be able to do that, but when he lands punches, it's going to be way more devastating.
Colby Covington shared his tactical view too. He noted that Islam won't enjoy the same size advantage he had at lightweight, but still called him one of the most complete fighters in the UFC. Covington praised Islam's ability to blend striking and grappling seamlessly, but even he admitted if Jack can control the pace and keep it standing, this fight could turn fast.
Your thoughts on Islam moving up to welterweight?
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know. He's #2 pound for pound in the world. You gotta respect that, but don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and when that match happens, I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack.
Beneil Dariush, always respected for his insight, warned that Islam's move up is a major gamble. At welterweight, physicality matters more, and Jack's natural size, power, and gas tank could be a real problem. He still respects Islam's methodical style, but believes Jack's constant pressure might push the champion into new, uncomfortable territory.
Islam versus JDM. What do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
Sean O'Malley took the conversation to legacy. He said this fight isn't just about belts, it's about history. Whoever wins could open the door to mega fights, maybe even crossover bouts with stars like Ilia Topuria. O'Malley called Jack a chaos generator. If he can survive the early grappling, things could turn wild fast.
Islam versus JDM. Do you still favor Islam in that matchup?
I'm going to lean now towards JDM. I feel like the size will make a difference. Cardio-wise, JDM has great cardio. Maybe I'm wrong, but so I just feel like JDM.
Merab Davalishvili, one of the UFC's most relentless wrestlers, sided with Islam. He said Makhachev still has everything needed to become the welterweight champ. Merab noted how Bilal Muhammad struggled to take Jack down, which shows Jack's growth, but said Islam's control is a different beast entirely.
Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev.
I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Bilal was very impressive, made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude is slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA.
Big belt,
We'll give him that.
Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as Ilya versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Carlos Prates, who's also competing on the UFC 322 card, said what impressed him most about Jack wasn't technique, it was composure. Staying sharp through 25 minutes of constant pressure takes something special. Prates said if Jack keeps that same calm energy he had in his last fight, he could drag Islam into deep waters and win on points.
Islam, he's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second belt. JDM is great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling. He's southpaw, he don't get hits, but he takes people down and he balls people down. And also we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight and Islam will make some adjustment. It's possible, it's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second belt.
The main event is also in your weight class, JDM and Islam. Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the favorite is Islam, but Jackie show like he grew up a lot as a fighter. Since he stopped fight now, he was a long time without fight, almost 2 years, and he got really good skills to fight Belal Muhammad, defense takedowns. So I think he's gonna win.
You think Jack is going to win?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think he wins a decision or do you think he stops him?
I think decision is really hard fight.
You think Islam stays at 170 or he goes back?
If he lose, I don't know. It depends how he feels during the fight. How close is gonna be the fight, you know?
With so many voices weighing in, anticipation for this fight has skyrocketed. Some believe Makhachev's power and wrestling will dominate no matter the division. Others see Della Maddalena's precision, composure, and natural size rewriting the story. It's the ultimate clash, striker versus grappler, on one of the sport's biggest stages.